Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we hear from folks about how they're doing since being impacted by the flooding that happened this time last year. And after so many bottles were handed out during the rainwater crisis in West Virginia, the County Commission is looking to help recycle those bottles.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Welcome to Mountain News This Morning. I'm Neely Green here with you on this Tuesday, February 17th. The time is now 5:32, and let's check in with meteorologist Megan Dusnell for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I was just telling you how much I wanted a dog, and I think this would be like the perfect weather to take a dog out for a walk.
And I do agree with you. I think this is perfect dog walking forecast. No rain chances, some clouds, and then warmer temperatures. Yeah, it's a perfect forecast. So let's break into that. Starting off with this morning, a tad chilly for many folks, but overall not too bad in terms of what you'll start off your day with. But as we head into the afternoon, there's where those beautiful temperatures really settle in. Mid to upper 60s. 65 is that high in Hazard, 64 in Clintwood and in Louisa, 62 in Logan. It's going to be a wonderful day. And even on top of those nice temperatures, again, partly cloudy skies and no chance of rain is in that forecast. So really looking forward to the next 12 hours as we're just watching cloud cover building throughout the day. High temperatures around that 3 o'clock time frame. Neely.
Thank you, Megan. Firefighters in Rockcastle County say they were called to a crash Sunday. Members with the Broadhead Fire Department responded to the two-vehicle collision just before 7:30 p.m. on US 150. Fire crews say those in the vehicle were out of them by the time they got to the scene. 2 people were taken to the Rockcastle Regional Hospital. Their conditions are not known. We're learning more about a decision to drop a Wolfe County woman's fetal homicide charge. State police say Melinda Spencer took abortion pills she ordered online, then buried the fetus in her yard. She was arrested after going to a clinic. The fetal homicide charge was later dismissed. In an interview with the Herald Leader, Commonwealth's attorney Miranda King says state law explicitly prohibits applying the fetal homicide charge to cases of abortion. King says prosecutors realized the law violation when they were presenting information to the grand jury in Spencer's case. Spencer still faces charges of concealing the birth of an infant, abuse of a corpse, and evidence tampering. In Kenton County, a northern Kentucky family lost everything after a fire that started in the kitchen destroyed the inside of their home. Ryan Fogel, a paramedic firefighter, says he was picking up his kids from school when he heard the Burlington fire engines leaving the station which was right across the street. Hebron and Burlington Fire Departments saved the exterior of the home with their quick work, but everything inside was lost.
Every drawer, every corner, every wall, every piece of clothing that's hanging is just covered. It's black.
Ryan and his wife Jennifer say their 3 children have already been blessed with an overwhelming amount of toys and clothes, so much that they are likely going to pay it forward and donate the rest. It's been 1 year since the deadly February 2025 flood that hit communities here in the mountains. And for many, the work to repair is still underway. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has a look at the progress in Wood and Pike County community.
It's pitiful here at Mossy Bottom. It just about destroyed it. Just about.
The flood of February 2025 had a lasting impact on the people of Mossy Bottom.
I'll tell you, I've had a time. I'm 84 years old, and I couldn't get downstairs to save anything. You know, people come to help you to get stuff out of your house, the mud and everything. I was afraid of breaking a hip.
Even 1 year after the devastating event, the community is still carrying the weight of everything the waters took and the worries they left behind, with many homes gutted, surrounded by piles of debris and mud-caked memories. Sharon Cox, who remodeled her first story after it took on water, says she has faith that her neighbors, who were hit harder, will one day return.
Oh, I hope they can get back home and get rebuilt if they can and get back on their feet. I sure do.
But even those who are new to the neighborhood, like Trenton Keithley and Haley Prater, who moved into their home in October, say the flood recovery has been slow, with many people still in need.
It's sad because there's nobody around here, and then you see all these houses that were once lived in, and it's just a total ghost town.
Though they are fearful of the future, they are also hopeful through each small sign of progress.
They've started, like they tore down the trailer over there, and they've been remodeling over there. It's just bringing the community back together a little bit, I feel like.
Saying the flood will never be forgotten.
Because a flood sure does. Anything it touch, it's damaged.
But it will not dampen their future. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Work has been underway in the city of Coal Run to reinforce the flood walls that was damaged during the flood. And community members say they hope to never see a repeat of the weekend that wrecked their worlds. City officials in Pike County say one popular department store will be reopened later this week after being impacted by the flood this time last year. Coal Run Mayor Andrew Scott made the announcement on social media. The JCPenney and the Weddington Plaza Shopping Center is scheduled to open at 11 a.m. on Friday. In the aftermath of what happened, folks were stepping up to help their neighbors in need. Parts of eastern Kentucky experienced yet another historic flood. I spoke to a hazard law firm 1 year later after the event that destroyed a majority of their firm. While the flow of the North Fork River is calm and steady in Hazard now, that was not the case about this time 1 year ago.
Paul Campbell, who does our tape work, texted me and said, I think water's entered your building. And so I thought, well, maybe it's just a little bit, and hoped at that point. But in a few hours, it was absolutely devastating.
The February 2025 flood impacted folks all throughout eastern Kentucky, and Hazard was no exception. The river crested at 30.5 inches overnight, making it the largest flood in decades. Debbie Lewis owns a law firm downtown, and her building saw over 5 feet of water, destroying years of hard work.
We lost everything downstairs here, and had to gut the downstairs, because of course all the sheetrock and everything was destroyed. Rebuild and start over.
With help and support from family, friends, community members, and contractors, they were able to get back settled into the downstairs of the firm by May. But Lewis says those few months where they were displaced was overwhelming at times.
It meant working Saturdays, lots of Sundays, lots of nights, you know. If he couldn't get work, or if I couldn't get work done here because of handling other things, I could just take it home and work on it.
The flood did not just impact the building, but also Lewis's peace of mind. She says to this day, she wonders if it will ever happen again.
Every time it rains now, especially if it's raining here, I'm always checking my cameras just to make sure that they're getting a lot of rain. Because I do worry about that, worry that it happened again.
The firm now files all documents to their server as they lost a lot of paperwork in the water. Lewis says she is grateful that was the only damage she experienced, and says she empathizes with those who lost homes or more that night 1 year ago. Folks in Lee County were also impacted by last year's flooding, including in Bettyville. Dr. Ryan Reams with Three Rivers Veterinary Services had to shut down his business for a month. His business bounced back, but he had about $60,000 worth of damage, including a $40,000 x-ray machine that floodwaters put out of commission. But it was just one business of about 50 impacted.
It really hurt the town in more ways than one. You know, a second flood in less than 5 years. You kind of give a different perspective. Hey, do we need to come back or not?
The manager of Fire Up Smoke Studio, a smoke shop in Bettyville, says they were dealt a major blow by the flooding. She says they do not want to see it go under again, but it is possible it could happen. We continue to look back on the flooding that wreaked havoc on many communities in our area last year. We had photos and videos submitted from viewers about high water in their driveways and in some cases even their homes. At least 20 people died from last year's flooding. Here in Perry County, we told you about one family's home being gutted and having to start over. In Breathitt County, emergency management crews conducted approximately 100 rescues after the rain that county received. And roads were closed in multiple counties at one point, including Pike County, where vehicles, pools, and other items were destroyed. After so many water bottles were handed out during the Wayne water crisis in West Virginia, the County Commission is looking to help recycle those bottles. They are hosting plastic bottle return events that will run through Saturday. Residents are encouraged to return empty plastic water bottles to the Wayne County Solid Waste Authority that is at 322 Bluefield Street. The drop-offs run from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You are asked to place empty bottles in a garbage bag prior to drop-off to help streamline the process. Well, from Hazard to Hollywood, Perry County native Landon Hughes won a golden ticket last night on ABC's American Idol. He was emotional talking about his Appalachian roots and chose the Stanley Brothers song Little Maggie to sing for the judges. Bringing bluegrass to a national audience, he got 3 yes votes, and we look forward to following and keeping you up to date on Landon's American Idol journey. Tributes continue to pour in following the death of legendary actor Robert Duvall. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And we're continuing to see those nice temperatures warm up throughout the week. We'll talk about how muggy it's going to feel.